Barry Charles Footy Show. What has been happening in the off-season, folks? Yes, Jarome Luai is going to the Tigers, is he? Mitch Maguire is gone, but he hasn't been announced as New South Wales Blues coach as yet, but it could be after this recording, who knows? But there's a big call to pull out. What happens with the negotiations pulled out with New South Wales? He's lost his job with the Kiwis. But surely that's a fait accompli. And yes, we're going to talk about the signings of Crichton Tracey, and the Bulldogs should put Matt Burton to centre. That's my tip right there, right now. Let's get to it here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. Remember to like and subscribe. Yes, Jarome Luai, all the way to the bank. West Tigers are expected to sign Jarome Luai within the coming weeks. But I have a caveat to that. I think there is two other teams in play that people are not talking about, and absolutely could steal them under the rug and silence. No one's supposed to know. The Bulldogs are still after him. Don't get it twisted. They're only been signing mediocre players. They want Jarome Luai. Don't get it twisted, folks. They want him to play 6 so they can clearly have Burton and Crichton in the centres. This is the big talking point. Crichton Tracey can play fullback. This is what they're looking at. They want Jarome Luai. Don't get it twisted. Jarome Luai is still a chance to get to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs fans, be excited. Also, the Roosters are not out of the equation. Yes, the Roosters. He will have to take less money to go to the Roosters, so I'd say he would stay at Penrith for this instance. But if he wants to go to a different successful team, the Roosters would be his best bet. Taking over for Luke Keary in the number 6 jersey. That is where the mail is, folks. I don't expect him to end up at the Roosters, but Nick Politis can get stuff done. If he wants to go to another successful club, he'll go there. He would stay at Penrith. Basically, I think that's pretty much what it is. I think the Roosters would love to have him, but I just think they can't put enough money on the table with the other players they've got to make it worthwhile for him to make the move. So he's either going to stay at Penrith, or he's going to take the big money on either the Bulldogs or the Tigers. But I think the Tigers deal is a bit more than the Bulldogs are wanting to go. But that is the play at the moment. Those are the 3 clubs in the running. The Sharkies, Sharkies a possibility, but I think they're more concerned about their forward pack. Crichton Tracey signs at the Bulldogs. What does this mean for the Bulldogs? Does that mean he is the fullback? There's so many options here with the Bulldogs, but I think Matt Burton and Steve Crichton just play centre. They just do it. I think they just gotta cut the bullet here and go, yes, Crichton's the best centre in the game. Well, let's not change his position just because we're weak in the fullback position. I believe he plays there. I believe him and Matt Burton is your centre pairing. You just get it done with Josh Adokar, Jacob Carraz on the wings. Beautiful setup. Absolutely beautiful setup. This team can do something from there. Crichton Tracey at fullback. If not Blake Taff, one of those two will be fullback. This is the way I would be playing it. And then you've got a whole bunch of people for the 7. From my hearing, Sexton will get the number 7. And then you've got quite a few options with Jamin Salmon, Drew Hutchinson and the likes in that position. So they and Kurt Mann signing. Yeah, so many options for this team. I think this is a very exciting time for the Bulldogs. Whether it's a premiership side, well, from the record books, that's what you're hoping for. They make another grand final every 10 years. That's what you're hoping for, folks. They're just probably one signing away. If they had Jarome Luai next year, boom, then I'd say yes, the Bulldogs will win the comp. But they're just probably missing one half. There's probably, and maybe another good, decent prop. There's probably the 2 positions they need. So Addin fonua Blake. Here's the other talking point. Where does Addin fonua Blake go? He's got all these options. The Bulldogs haven't been talked about, but I'm sure he's on the radar for them as well. Pretty much every Sydney club, even Manly, will probably want him back, but I doubt he'll go back to Manly. Where does he end up? Who knows? If it's money, it'd probably be Tigers. It depends on what he wants, what lifestyle he wants, where he wants to live. All that stuff will come into it. But money will probably talk. Tigers are probably the one that want the big scalp. So it depends on Luai's situation. I think if Luai signs with the Tigers, then I think fonua Blake's more chance of going there. If not, I don't see him going to the Dragons. He could go to the Dragons if he really likes Flanagan. It's probably depending on coaching as well, who he wants to be coached by as well. You got Craig Fitzgibbon at the Sharks. So there's quite a few options for Addin Fonua Black. Anywhere he goes, he'll be a great signing. But disappointing for the Warriors fans out there who will be wanting him to stay at the Warriors, because I think they're in a premiership chances at the moment, and with him gone, it could be dropping away. They're gonna Bunty Afoa is gonna have to step up, or Tom Ailes. Someone's gonna have to step up and lead the breach there if they are going to go to the next level. Junior Tupou, is he gonna leave the Tigers after a great season? Do the Tigers pay overs to keep him? Possibly they have to, because of the breakout season he had. I think they should be doing everything they can to keep him. Whether he wants to stay at the Tigers is another question, but I'd be signing him long term, Junior Tupou, if I was the Tigers. But outside that, yes, Matt Moylan's gone bon voyage, out the door, see you later. What about the rugby? Yes, I want to talk about the rugby converts getting salary cap relief. It's absolute rubbish, folks. Absolute rubbish. For my opinion, why would you let the likes of the Panthers, the Roosters, and the Roosters are the ones that like to bend the rules all the time. They would ask the question if we try and sign these rugby players who aren't even superstars, folks. Don't get it twisted. Most of these rugby players aren't even superstars. They're not even up to league level. And they just getting them under the cap. It's just craziness. Do not like this at all. Absolutely don't like it. And I think a lot of you at home are the same. Shouldn't happen. It's unfair, because most of the lower clubs are not going to be able to attract those type of players to their club. And apparently the Knights have signed Leo Thompson's brother. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But anyway, that is the Barry Charles Footy Show. Have a great day out there, and I'll be back with plenty more videos.